Welcome to New York. Welcome to New York. This is the back nine of our FPO coverage of the 2025 KiIl Disc Golf Championship presented by Disc Golf Journey and Disc Cap. That man singing Taylor Swift is Nathan Johnson. I am joined in the booth today by Emily Dale. How's it going, Emily?
I will not be singing because I don't think the world needs to hear that. But
maybe at the end we can leave a little Easter egg.
Oh, I like it. Here's where we're at so far as we head into the back nine of the final round. Eden has the lead still, but not far behind her is the rest of the field as she's leaving some strokes out there, and some of the rest of our lead card here is playing pretty clean.
Yeah, Lori and Carli have been putting great rounds together, even in 1 over respectively. They've made up a couple strokes, so we'll see if they can keep that going and give us an exciting finish here.
Here is hole number 10. It is a par 3, 227 feet. Plays very short as it is downhill. We do have that OB road, which if you hit early, you could kick and that could come into play, but really you're just kind of jump putting off the tee here.
Yeah, it's a short little dinker. I like this forehand play, plenty of space out to the left with some nice overstable approach disc. Should play well. Comes up a little short there for Alecia, but nice looking shot.
And that will do as well if I can scuttle up a little bit more.
Yeah, nice shot for Carli. Lori Merriman gonna kick us off next. Got the hot round going in the entire division so far at even par. She was playing great before a little hiccup on hole 9. That one looks like it comes up just a bit short, so we'll see what kind of putt she's looking at.
Not surprisingly, we have Eden going forehand zone. Great shot there.
Yeah, it comes up a little bit right, but she should still have a look. Lori's putt.
You got to stare those down sometimes.
Yeah, just make sure that disc doesn't roll away. That's why it's important to train your discs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got to make sure that they know.
Sometimes you just gotta take a lighter to them at night and whisper to them.
Oh God, I had a kind of different kind of training in mind. But,
yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah. So there are three outside the circle misses, all just a bit off. We'll see if Alecia can connect here, just inside the circle, maybe in that 30-foot range. Last chance on the card for to connect here for birdie. No, the nubs. Not the nubs.
She was nubbed, unfortunately.
Nubs are such a... Yeah, nice. Battle putt. Do it. I feel like the nubs on these baskets is like the most unsatisfying sound.
Yeah, because they're kind of rubberized and it's just like awful.
Yeah, just like the tiniest little like tink, and then your disc just sadly falls to the ground. I'd rather have the band, like the clank of a band is just, it's demoralizing, but like in a different way,
Yeah, it feels more committed than the dull dunk. Let us know what you prefer in the comments. All right, heading into the woods like we alluded to earlier in the round, hole 11 is another downhill par 3, 242 feet. Lots of trees.
Yeah, lots to miss on this one. It's definitely gets a little poke and pray by the end of the flight, but
this is looking good though.
The forehand is a good option.
Settle down now.
It looks like that one was trying to take off for Alecia. We'll see if it checked up or not. Early release, but yeah, like I don't know who said that, but not terrible, and maybe not a bad roll if it stops right there. Yeah, that should be a pretty easy up and down for par.
That is one way to attack this hole, the unintentional roller. If this can hold,
yeah, tough backhand line to get the disc to stay turning the entire flight.
looks like Eden snagged some trees, but ended up okay. And honestly, I think after hitting like one of the first available, you're happy with this.
Yeah, with a 45-foot downhill, easy pitch up, I would take that. Similar look for Lori. She's going to do the same. No reason to run this putt, because if you give it a send and it airballs, it's going 40 past. So
Forever.
some wise layups there. But this is when you got to run. Uphill look for Alecia, probably right around circle's edge. See if she can get it there. Bit uphill. Oh, not another nub.
Not another.
Oh, that is brutal. Alicia's putt has just been so close today. She has hit so much metal. High, right side, off the cage. Just can't quite find it. Or she would be right in this thing.
Yeah, she didn't like that one out of her hand, unfortunately. We'll end up with a bogey here on hole number 11 for Lori.
Yeah, that's a tough one to drop right there. So rest of the card par. Surprisingly, this hole averaging at 3.23. I think some of those, the slope of the green, maybe resulting in a couple of 3 putts like we saw from Lori, and causing this one to play difficult.
Yeah, it can happen quickly as we head over into hole 12. Again, this is where elevation comes into play. Very steep par 3 at 298 feet, and the basket's kind of nestled at the bottom of the hill in this bowl. However, it's still a kind of angled green, so it's really important to not throw something too understable that you just keep drifting forever to the right.
Yeah, Alecia taking this wide route. Looked like it kicked something towards the end of the flight over to the left. We'll see what kind of lie she ends up with.
Yeah, very blind hole. So again, shout out to the spotters that you see up there. They are crucial to not spend what feels like hours looking for your disc, even though we only have 3 minutes, we know.
Yeah, hours after the round.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That was a good looking shot from Carli. We'll see if it held that turn through the rest of the flight. You really need the disc to get on that Anheuser angle early and just kind of keep cruising all the way down the hill. Tough to get the stability right to hit that angle perfectly. It helps to have a slower disc like Eden is throwing here, but I don't think she quite gave that one enough turn.
Yeah, I like the drifting putter shot. I think that plays well for this hole. You just gotta, like you said, get that angle correct and commit to it without overturning.
Yeah. Let the disc do the work, as they say. See if Lori can find it.
This is looking good. Oh, I said that. See, now I cursed it.
Yep, commentator jinx classic. See, you're not used to it, but it happens. It happens quick when you're not expecting it. Yeah, that did look like a great angle for Lori. If it just beat that last tree, it would have been most likely in a great spot. But now she's got this very difficult little step out forehand down this hill. That was well thrown. Comes up a bit short, but she's going to have a putt. That one checked up nicely.
Yeah, you always hold your breath a little bit on greens like this when it catches edge.
Yeah, can be a difficult result. Eden got to herself a look here. Circle's edge left side of the green and just a bit low right, catches the cage and doesn't stick.
Good connection there for Carli for her birdie.
Yeah, gonna give her back to even par now in the driver's seat in second place after a couple strokes that Lori's dropped in the last few holes. Carli just 2 back of the lead.
Yeah, the slopes like this, when it's muddy, are where you need to be especially careful as you navigate those hills with the grass.
Tiny little steps.
Tiny steps. Here's our check-in, like you said, seeing Carli making some moves. Only 2 strokes back.
Yeah, nobody else really putting that much pressure on Eden, so we'll see if maybe she can get herself under par and in contention.
Hole 3, we have a little bit of an up-down roller coaster. It is a par 4, 365 feet, so it's a shorter par 4. However, it's pretty steep to start with, and then you have a little bit of a downhill into the green here, very well protected, and once again, sloped green.
Yeah, we've been going downhill the last 3 holes, so what goes down must come back up. It was an inevitability. We're going to have to climb some hills here in the next few holes. That was a nice looking shot to kick things off from Carli. Finds herself right in the middle of that fairway.
Yeah, even from where these ladies are landing, I'm not sure that they're going to be able to even see the greens, so they're going to have a blind second shot to try to get up there for their birdie.
Yeah, and probably no run up either with this steep slope. Most players probably going to go to the standstill just for that extra secure footing. And has Lori just a bit of a pull there? This is a hole you do not want to hit early on, because now she's got a tough lie and still has to bite off quite a bit of distance just to have a chance. I get it, girl.
We've all felt that before.
Yeah.
And this is that shot, like I said, they're really just trusting landmarks to know where the basket is and kind of hope for the best. This is looking good there from Carli, though.
Yeah, she crested the hill. It's going to be well up there. We'll see how it looks left, right, wise with the basket. Lori is looking to get up and down for a bogey now. Should have a putt from there. Yeah, so Carli's approach into the green a little right, but I think that was a friendly kick from the tree there to keep her close. Eden is going to have a stress-free par of her own.
Oh, looked good. Unfortunately, Lori's going to have to settle for a double bogey on hole 13 here. Look at how steep this green is.
Yeah, basket is fully above Carli's head.
You couldn't tell as much on the drone flyover, but this was the perfect angle to just show the angle of the vertical angle you're working with. And then the baby steps back down.
Yeah, this muddy slope is a bit scary. Alicia's got herself a par putt here as well.
Yep. Great connection there.
Yeah, nice confident stroke. Getting high in the chains.
Less confident walking, but...
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Cautious walking, that's for sure.
It's important. We don't want to get injured heading into just having...
Especially on camera, we don't need this to be in any epic fail montages.
This is true.
America's Funniest Home Videos. I don't know what the kids are watching these days. TikTok compilations, probably.
It's usually a safe bet.
Yeah.
heading over into hole 13. Feels pretty straightforward compared to some of the last holes we saw. It's dead straight, 300 feet. The things that you just want to avoid are these two guardian trees at the end, which are very consuming if you end up in or behind any of them.
Yeah, that one on the left especially, you see a lot of players just find themselves in there with not much of a putt, especially if the disc fades out a bit early like this one. So I think Carli is actually going to be on the other side of it, which maybe, I don't know, we'll see if that makes it easier or more difficult.
Yeah, it might be better because sometimes when you're in there and you try to get out and still stay trapped in there, it's the worst. But this shot is beautiful, just keeping it over on that right-hand side and trusting a more understable disc to have an open putt.
Yeah, that just like flipped up and pushed so perfectly. Great angle control from Alecia. Kept it low too, so never really in danger. This one looks good from Eden as well. And yeah, looks like she'll have a putt of her own.
Lori trying to keep it over there on the right-hand side, but it did turn over just a little bit. As we see sunshine once again.
Yeah, the what rain and wind and grossness that we had, another 5 minutes ago.
This is filmed over one day, just so you know. This was not.
No rain delays. This is all continuous. Long birdie putt for Alecia, just a bit right. And Eden's birdie putt is a bit low, so no birdies from the card on hole 14. A couple of par putts as well, and Carli just a bit low. She is going to drop another stroke to Eden. It's just every time somebody starts sneaking up and getting a little bit closer to Eden, putting a little bit of pressure on, they just have been dropping a couple strokes. And Alecia, with that missed putt, is going to drop a stroke as well. So the lead is going to go back to 3 as we're kind of running out of holes here for somebody to make a move.
Hole 15, we have a par 3, 295 feet. Once again, we're kind of back out in the open. The basket is over here on the right side of the fairway behind these guardian trees. So we'll see people like Eden just wanting to eat this right up with the flex forehand.
Come on. It looks good.
Oh, it was a little early out of the hand, but it did sneak through that right side. Should give her some sort of a long look. This is definitely a hole that Eden is looking to make up some ground on. It is a very technical backhand to throw. All this one looks good from Lori, but just doesn't quite hold.
Yeah, you really need something to just keep drifting, but at a low enough angle that it can find its way past those branches, which is it's a technical shot, like you said. We see Carli's taking the left hand, or the right hand gap, which there is a lane over there with more of that big pushing hyzer shot. Just a little bit more guarded with the tree branches in the woods.
Yeah, Alecia, that shot looking similar to Lori's, just never quite got to Anheuser, got that drift to the right. So she's going to be pin high left, just pitching up, taking her par. Not a bad result on this hole at with a 3.46 average here. Making up strokes on the field with a stress-free par here. So with the rest of our card parked for par, Eden's got this look for a birdie. Not able to connect.
Eden is the comeback queen, so I've played with her many times, and that is her nickname. No matter what the putt is, she's always making a comebacker.
Never scared of a 25-footer for par. And she knocked that one down, so makes sense.
And once again, the wind is back, as it sounds like we are in a raging river. Players cleaning up their pars as we have a check-in here on the leaderboard heading into the last 3 holes. We see Caitlin Clay has been making a push up, climbing down. I believe she started in either 8th or 9th, finding her way up into 5th with a 1 over par round. But we're still tight at the top. Eden still has a couple strokes as we head over into hole 16. It is a par 3, 317 feet.
Low ceiling, tough to navigate this one. Kind of flexing, just slightly turning backhand. Probably the ideal play with this interesting slope that players have to work with that kind of creates a bit of a high floor.
Yeah, it's kind of another one of those ones that's up and down. However, we do have that OB road that you could see in the drone flyover over there on that right-hand side. That is out of bounds.
Yes, tough one to get a look on. This one, bit of an early release for Lori, kind of just driving it into the hill. Not surprising this hole's averaging 3.92. It's just tough to get the height right on this one and hit that gap. That one looked good from Carli, just dried up most likely a bit early.
Yeah, and you're not going to get a lot of ground play here. It looked like good angle control there. I'm not sure where it landed, but it looked like probably circle's edge there for Lori.
Yeah, and a nice upshot from Alecia as well. Should have some sort of putt. Low ceiling to work with for Eden. She kind of drives that disc well into the ground. Able to use that as a backstop. It's a smart play.
So Carli just settling for the bogey here on this hole.
Yeah, tough decision to make when you're 3 back of the leader, but she's also, probably thinking about her position in general. Doesn't want to lose a bunch of strokes. Currently sitting in 2nd place. So, and that one from Lori could have rolled down the hill. We'll see here in a second what kind of shot she's looking at. Oh my gosh, all the way down.
Thankfully didn't find the OB, but what a brutal roll away.
Yeah, from off the cage to save a great par to all the way at the bottom. And now going to be a double bogey most likely.
Hole 17, it is a par 3, 240 feet. We do have OB surrounding the fairway, marked by those stakes, flags. They are the grass, the tall grass that is playing as OB for this hole, but it's right there, just dead straight.
Yeah, hit the gap, make sure you give it the height. It is a little bit uphill, so definitely playing more than 240 feet, but
yeah,
any sort of straight disc should do the job. That one looked good from Eden. She should have an uphill putt coming up.
looks like that one did hang on, thankfully. And that looked beautiful there from Alecia. Still be a little bit short, like you said. It plays pretty steep uphill. It's hard to tell from the angle, but
Yeah, kind of a deceptive green too, with those like couple of hills that are right in front of it. These all look parked in there still. you know, going to have a little bit of meat left on the bone on that putt. As you can see, Lori's still in that like 40-foot range. And Alecia
And uphill.
here. Yeah, uphill. Yeah, playing much farther, of course. And yeah, this putt as well, probably third, just outside the circle, and gonna have to give it a lot to just get it there.
Give it the beans.
The beans?
What? Nobody else says that?
That is.
Is that an Emilyism?
I don't know. It might
I have
be.
a lot of those.
Like scuttle?
You never know what's gonna come out of my mouth.
Yeah, no, that's why we put a mic in front of it so we can capture it for the whole world to see or hear.
Give it the beans means you give it the oomph.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind. We'll see if I ever break that one out. So just pars here. None of our players able to quite give it enough to get up that hill. Eden's back nine is pretty funny to watch so far. All pars for her. We'll see if she can continue that with on hole 18.
Speaking of which, we round out this final round with a par 4, 460 feet. We have a lot of OB, so there's a pavilion, parking lot, the road, and then this like flagged little leaf pit off the tee to the right-hand side that is out of bounds. Players are probably going to want to try to play kind of up into the hill on that left-hand side. As we see where Eden's going, like right up here, and that should give you a look at the tunnel to the green.
Yeah, it's best to just keep yourself on the higher side of that fairway, ideally. If you kind of start to leak down the slope, it's going to make that upshot into the green a little more difficult. Carli, with just a bit of an early release, I think she was going for the right gap there.
Yeah, and as you saw in that flyover, it is a elevated basket as well. So, elevated basket on a green that's elevated makes it very challenging to have rollaways when you're just ready to wrap up the day and the event.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if we saw any long putts knocked down on this one, because it's mostly just not worth running. So let's see how much Lori wants to bite off on this tee shot. We'll see if she gives it the beans or not.
See? It's a great slam.
I can't do it. It just doesn't roll off the tongue. What about chutzpah? How do you feel about chutzpah?
No.
It's very similar, but beans are just, it's a fun
so
word to say.
It's more, no, chutzpah is way more fun to say than beans. Beans. I feel like a toddler.
You're gonna be saying it now. You'll see. You'll see.
I don't know. We'll see. We will see. We will see. This is a good looking shot from Carli. Good recovery to put her back in position. Should be able to attack the green from there. But yeah, this is kind of what you get when you're down the hill like Lori is. It's just tough lie, tough footing, can't see the basket. So she's basically just kind of, pitching up this fairway as far as she can, but doesn't really have the angle to attack the green. Good looking shot though.
And you can see even Eden here at the top of the hill. It's not a super clean look. She does turn it over a little bit, but oh gosh, with an aggressive roll, but she should be okay over there.
Yeah, just a tight line to try to flex that through with a bit of a low ceiling. Difficult lie for her after a really solid tee shot. Carli now looking to give herself a chance to save par.
Great upshot there. You can see like this elevated basket with like just darkness behind it.
Ominous. Yeah.
Ominous.
It's lurking.
Yeah, Eden.
There it is. A nice pitch up for Eden. She could lay that up again if she really wanted to.
This is one of those scary ones. Do you run it or?
Looks like she's lining it up.
Oh,
Let's go. Great putt. Great putt from Alecia to end her round.
great finish. You see the relief.
Eden's gonna jump the gun. What are you doing? You can't. When you win the tournament, you can't be the one to tap. You have to be the last to tap in, girl. She's like ready to get out of there. But a great tournament from Eden nonetheless. She's gonna walk away here with a 5-stroke victory and great performance all around.
2025 FPO champion Eden Fornoff.
Yeah,
Thank you. Beautiful property. I love playing with you all.
Eden, a woman of many words. So huge shout out to the LaSassos as well for just bringing us out here again. This is the 3rd year in a row doing coverage of this beautiful property and really exciting stuff. Eden knocked it down, did a great job. She's a great human being. Make sure you go follow all these ladies as well as Heiser Media, of course. Like, comment, subscribe, do all those things.
Yeah, it was a great event on the FPO side. We will also have MPO coverage of the KiIl Disc Golf Championship coming out tomorrow. So make sure you are subscribed for that reason. Emily and I give it the beans. Emily and I will be back for some more commentary and some more great coverage coming your way. So for Emily Dale, I'm Nathan Johnson. We will see you in the